What's up everybody, welcome to the Adamo Gaming YouTube channel. My name's Ida and today I'm here to talk to you about Brawhalla. First things first, what is Brawhalla? Well, Brawhalla is a 2D platform fighting game. The game is free to play on all platforms such as Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and even newly released on mobile. If you've ever heard of Brawhalla or even at first glimpse, you'll notice that the game has a lot of similarities with games such as Super Smash Bros. And is often compared. Although the games have similar mechanics, there are many differences that separate the two, putting Brawhalla in a league of its own. Brawhalla is primarily played online, although you can play offline in game modes such as Couch Party or Training Room. The main way that the game is played is by battling it out with your opponents through high action encounters. You will then try send your opponent into the blast zone, taking off their free stocks before they take yours, crowning you the victor. The game overall is very appealing, as it has this unique cartoon-like style and is based off of many different fantasy stories. This leads to crazy character customization ranging from things such as werewolves, ogres, cat queens, Vikings, you name it. This leads on to the second topic, characters and weapons. Currently at the time of this recording, Brawhalla has 54 unique characters and 43 crossover cosmetics. Characters can be unlocked via in-game currency known as gold. You get gold by playing online matches and leveling up your characters and account level. You could also purchase another form of in-game currency known as mammoth coins, but unlike gold where you unlock this via playing the game, mammoth coins have to be purchased with hard-earned cash. We'll talk a little bit more about the store later, but for now, the characters. Unlike other fighting games where each characters will have their own unique moveset, Brawhalla has a different system. Weapons. There are currently 13 different weapons in the game right now that all have their own unique moveset. These weapons are sword, hammer, axe, katars, lance, spear, bow, cannon, greatsword, gauntlets, blasters, orb, and scythe. Each moveset consists of 3 grounded light attacks, 3 aerial light attacks, a recovery, and a ground pound. You may be thinking, if every character has the same weapons, then what makes them unique? What makes characters unique in Brawhalla are their signature attacks. These are executed by pressing the heavy attack button. Each legend will have 3 different movesets available to them. This would be unarmed and a combination of 2 of the 13 weapons in the game. No 2 characters share the same weapon combination. This leads to characters having 3 heavy attacks on their unarmed kit and 6 unique signatures being 3 on both weapons. Aside from weapon combinations, signatures and appearance, the only other thing that differentiates characters in Brawhalla are their stats. There are 4 different stats in the game: force, defense, dexterity, and speed. When leveling up your characters, you will unlock the ability to equip stances. Now stances will boost one stat in one area, but as a drawback it will also reduce another stat. Stats will only make slight changes to how characters are played, but they're not a make or break as all characters in the game are viable. When picking a main character, I recommend that you play all different weapons, see which ones you like the most, and choose the character with the signatures that are most suited to you. There are also multiple different tier lists on platforms such as YouTube or Twitter for characters and weapons made by professional players, so if you want more insight on what characters are best to main and for what reasons, then I definitely recommend you go check those out. For those who are a little more casual and don't really care so much about main characters, but they're interested in story and lore, there's also a lore section for all of the characters in the game. This can be found in the Meet a Legend tab on the menu. There are also many different articles online that tell you cool stories, and remember, Brawhalla is mainly inspired by Norse mythology. Gameplay. Every match of Brawhalla will start off with both characters being carried onto the field by their sidekicks. Both players will start off unarmed and eventually will have to pick up a weapon that will spawn from the sky. Now, you battle it out. You'll battle it out with your opponent in order to damage them. The higher damage your opponent, the more force that your attacks will have. This means you'll send them further with your attack. The reason for this is so that you can send them into the blast zone. Again, unlike other fighting games, Brawhalla isn't based off of a health bar system. The intention is to hit them away off the screen into the blast zone. This will then take their life. Remember, heavy attacks will send them further, but this is also a higher risk as there's more chance of you getting punished by your opponent. Aside from just attacking your opponents, there are many different mechanics in Brawhalla that will assist you. Some of these things are jumping, fast falling, dashing, dodging, and weapon throwing. These are all the basic core mechanics. They're quite easy to learn, but it does take some time to be able to master them and utilize them to the best of their ability. You may need some practice. Some advanced mechanics that are unique to Brawhalla, however, are things such as gravity cancelling, slide charging, ledge cancelling, there are also many different advanced combinations that you can learn, and you can even perform team combinations in team-based game mode. Game modes. In Brawhalla, there's a range of game modes that you can play. Some of the main game modes that you'll often find yourself playing are ranked 1v1, ranked 2v2. However, a lot of people don't like the stress of playing ranked, and this is understandable. There are many different game modes aimed towards the more casual players. This will consist of things such as online free-for-all, friendly 2v2s, experimental 1v1s, which is a great game mode where you can test out the new features that are likely to come in the next patch. You can also play custom games. Now in custom games there's a range of different game modes. This will range from things such as Brawl Ball, Kung Foot, Bubble Tag, different game modes that are played on different stages, and many more. And there are also tutorials to play and training modes available. A big question is, does Brawhalla have a story mode? And the answer to that is no. As of yet there is no story mode for Brawhalla, but a lot of the players do hope that a story mode comes in the future. UIs and menus. The menus in Brawhalla are very straightforward and easy to navigate. The UIs in-game only display your character, your health, your stocks, and the time left of the match. There are also other little things that pop up such as KO cards. However, if you don't wish to see certain things in-game, you can actually alter the UI in the settings, which leads me on to the next section. Settings and controls. Again, the settings in Brawhalla are very straightforward and easy to understand. You can change volumes such as in-game sounds or music. You can change how UIs are displayed and what you wish to see in-game. You can also change your camera settings as well. I recommend the default camera settings, however you can experiment and see which one is suited for you. As for controls, Brawhalla supports keyboard and mouse and controllers. In my opinion, all control settings are viable. The main thing is comfortability. So long as you're comfortable with the controls, which you can change the binds of in the settings, then there should be no real problems. Remember, there are top players in the world that play on keyboard, mouse, controller, so it really doesn't matter, it's all about comfortability. The in-game store. The in-game store for Brawhalla contains many in-game cosmetics such as characters and weapon skins, all of the crossovers, different colors to purchase from different events, avatars and animations such as emotes. There are also a few other things that are unique to Brawhalla such as KO effects and their sidekicks. Your sidekicks are the little characters who fly you into the match at the start and also revive you. A lot of this stuff can be purchased with Mammoth coins. As earlier mentioned, Mammoth coins are purchased with real money. But there are a lot of things that you can purchase with in-game currency such as colors, characters and avatars. The esports scene. Over the past couple years, the Brawhalla esports scene has elevated to major heights. As Brawhalla is currently on the 6th year of its esports run that started in 2015, over the years they have showcased in many different LAN events and even headlines at events such as CEO Dreamland and LTC. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic in the year 2020, all of the events would then be online. These times were hard for many players as it demotivated them to play the game and compete at the top level, as there were no actual LAN events. Despite this, Brawhalla still hosts hundreds of online tournaments with many major cash prizes. There are also many tournaments that are hosted by community members. In 2021, Brawhalla actually announced their biggest prize pool to date, a $1 million prize pool throughout the entire year. This would go into their seasonal events and then their World Championship event at the end of the year. If your passion is to make money off a video game, then Brawhalla might be a shout. The esports scene for Brawhalla is only growing and there's only going to be more benefit with that. Overall, aside from the benefits that you get from Brawhalla in terms of the esports scene, as the game is free to play, I recommend everyone downloads it and gives it a shot. You may not wish to compete in the esports scene, but as a casual game, Brawhalla can be very fun. You can play with up to 8 people in a free-for-all lobby, you can battle it out with your friends and have a good time. Even if you don't think you have any friends who will play with you, the Brawhalla community is great. You could definitely play an online match and make friends with someone who you verse. It's quite a tight community, so I do recommend that you get involved. So yeah, to sum it up, the game is great casually and competitively. You're not really missing out on anything if you play it, as again, it is free to play. That is gonna be all for me guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and hopefully now you wanna actually play Brawhalla. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the Adamo Gaming YouTube channel for more content like this. I've been Zyder and thank you for watching. Peace.